You know what it's like to be on the bill and to play for 15 minutes, and the only people there to see you are the other bands and their girlfriends?
From Buffalo, New York, watch you don't sunburn your frostbite. It's the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast.
Welcome to the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast, where we talk about the ups, downs, lefts, rights,
and chunks of bread flying through the air with the ability to take down has-been 90s rock stars
of the Buffalo music scene. My name is Ryan Gurnett, and load-in time is at 5 p.m.
My name is Kevin Kauffman. I'll be there by 8. On episode number 52 of the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast, we'll be sitting down with Chelsea O'Donnell, a.k.a. Stress Dolls.
Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, guys. Thanks so much for having me.
And we're going to talk about her Buffalo music career, her new single, Nashville, and discuss how chronic illness can affect your music career.
But first...
Smashmouth.
Wait. Before Smashmouth, I do have something else I want to complain about real quick.
All right.
I had someone reach out to me at the stage about booking a show. And he's in a cover band of sorts, I guess. And he goes, hey, you should book my band. And I'm like, that's cool. Do you have a press kit? And he goes, well, we have a Facebook page. And I'm like, okay. So I go to the Facebook page. There's nothing. Mm-hmm. There's basically like the 5 band members in like 2 sentences. I don't know where they've played. I don't know what they've done. I know nothing about these people. And I'm like, well, you're not really giving me a whole bunch to go on here.
Do you know what they cover? They're a cover band?
They're a tribute band.
I
won't get into specifics.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sure.
But, so... I'm like, well, okay, well, if you're not going to tell me about your band, how much money do you, like, what are you looking for per show? And he goes, well, it depends. I'm like, what does it depend on? It depends on the day of the week and what other bands are playing with. And I'm like, yeah, the night I put you on and what other bands you play with depend on how much you cost. And then he goes, I'm tired of this. You should talk to Elias. And I'm like, who the fuck's Elias? And he's like, Elias books here on Saturdays. And I'm like, I don't book here every night. And then he just goes, I'm going to talk to the owner. And I haven't heard from him since.
Talk to Elias? Why isn't he?
Yeah, look, can you have Elias call me? Like, I don't need to be given homework. Like,
interesting.
I'd like you to book my band, and instead of presenting you the information upright, you need to go. You got to search for it, even though there's many other bands covering this band in Buffalo.
And why wouldn't he try to negotiate a price for himself? That's just a smart.
If you're asking for more than like $50, you should probably have a press kit too.
Yeah,
like something that says what you are and has some pictures and kind of lets people know what you do.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to yell about that.
Yeah.
I mean, press kits are important, and I always stress that, but that pissed me off. Speaking of pissing me off, fucking Smashmouth. Smashmouth is coming to Cobblestone Live.
Yeah.
And I could not be angrier.
90s party, right? That's the whole vibe.
No. There was no party in the 90s that had Smashmouth that didn't involve 6th graders.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. That's where I was at, and that's what I was just thinking. It's like, I liked Smashmouth when I was like 9.
It's a completely generational thing that I've been finding. Is like I think like the cutoffs are like around like 33, 34.
Yeah.
Where if you're over that line and you hear Smashmouth, it's just like smelling sour milk.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh, Smashmouth.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't have got Semisonic? Like, it's...
For me, and see, the flip side is for me, I'm a little younger, and so I think of Smashmouth, I think of every fun birthday party I had, like summer.
Shrek.
Good memories. Good memories if you were 9.
I feel so old.
Yeah.
I saw a Shrek in college.
Yeah. So this Cobblestone is aimed at the younger, the millennials.
Okay, who do you prefer, Smashmouth or Spin Doctors?
Spin Doctors.
That's actually a close one for me.
Oh, well,
Spin Doctors is obviously a better band. Like, they shred. They're pretty cool. Yeah. So I think they probably would be a much better live show. Because with Smashmouth, I'd just be waiting to hear like 3 songs.
Yeah.
And I think it was worth it. Maybe. I don't know. I've seen Vanilla Ice before.
I've seen Vanilla Ice too. When did you see Vanilla Ice?
I saw him for free in Chicago at a street festival. So that was the only reason. I don't know if I would have paid for Vanilla Ice.
I saw him for free in an alley in Albany in like 2003 or 2004. It was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever been a part of.
Was this a concert? Or
yeah. No, he didn't just show up at a I mean, he might have lived there too.
Yeah,
no, like he had a drummer and a DJ, and he rapped, and this was like when he was still kind of like hardcore Vanilla Ice, and there were like 150 people there to just like see the spectacle. And then there were 10 people who were really fucking into Vanilla Ice. They were so into him. They had all his gear on. They actually got into a fight with one of my friends and sent him to the hospital, like outside the show. Like, these are some fucking. But then Vanilla's like talking about, fuck all this radio shit. They won't play my stuff. Fuck all that. We keep it real here. And don't forget to check out my new reality show on VH1. And he started bringing women up on stage, and he started pulling their skirts up, and none of them wanted it. Like if this would have happened Chelsea looks horrified for the people who can't see this, and like they're just up there, and it's like dude, like I'm in the crowd, and I'm like, dude, just calm down, just do your thing. And it was. He also had a drummer who would like tilt his head back and hawk these big loogies that would land on his cymbal, and then he'd like hit it so it like splashed and make a face like. I don't know what he was trying to.
Oh my God!
Like kind of like a sex face. If you're tuning into Pornhub, it's not a natural face that anyone in public should be
Disgusting.
seeing.
Every time I think of Vanilla Ice, I think of this one interview that he did where he was saying that he did not rip off Under Pressure by David Bowie and his hit song Ice Ice
because
Baby.
of like one extra note.
And he goes, he's like. Theirs is like da 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 da. He's like, and mine is like da 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 da. And he puts up like his hand for emphasis.
Oh yeah,
it goes up there.
You see?
Like, dude, no, no Vanilla.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was. I had for me, Vanilla Ice is like my Smashmouth. Like in 4th and 5th grade, birthday party bumping with some Vanilla Ice, some MC Hammer.
Okay.
See, okay, this is
So
this all makes sense now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Both kind of volatile.
We're mending bridges here.
In their 40s, performing. Yeah.
So we were talking about the singer from Smashmouth, who, if you go online, there's a hilarious video of him getting angry for people throwing bread at him at a bread festival. That all sounds like I made it up. It's not. There was a bread festival in like Middle America, and they're giving out baguettes. And what do you do when you give people free stuff at a concert? They throw it. So a piece of bread or two hits the singer from Smashmouth, and they're singing there. They're like, the band is playing All Star in the background. It's like doot dot, and he's like, "Who threw that at me? I'm gonna fuck you up. You listen here, you motherfucker!" And it's like a family event, and it's just like, and if you actually find interviews, he this day will be like, "I did the right thing. I don't see what I did wrong." So we were looking at. So Kevin's theory was that was the only thing he did wrong. I disagree with that theory because I think. All I could find was the bread incident. So I think if I managed to go through about 30 pages of Google, I could have found more. But I found this complaint about Smashmouth, and I just wanted to share it for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Most of you are probably not aware of this, but Steve Harwell, frontman of 90s sensation Smashmouth and composer of all things from Shrek, he didn't compose it, has refused an offer made by the Make-A-Wish Foundation to eat 24 eggs on camera for charity. He hasn't simply declined. He has flat out ignored the request along the cries of hundreds of Smashmouth and charity fans pleading him to do the right thing for no good reason. This kind of behavior is not only rude, it is completely unacceptable. Thousands of dollars have already been pledged to help save dying children, and more is coming in each day from charitable donors around the world. But Smashmouth still refuses to listen. We are going to have to make them listen. That is why I would like to ask you, Giant Bomb, to help out this great cause and Steve Harwell to eat 24 eggs on camera to help save dying children. If you hate dying children but also hate eggs, this also works. If you'd like to help get the word out, Oh, I can get through the rest. If you'd like to help get the word out, then here's what you can do. Tell everyone you know, reply to Smashmouth on Twitter, post on their Facebook wall, comment on all their YouTube videos, and send emails regarding your disappointment and Steve's refusal to help save dying children. I know if we work together, we can help Smashmouth eat 24 eggs and make the world a better place. Here is a song a guy wrote about the eggs. Oh my God!
And you copy and pasted this into our Google Doc, and there's links to each of those things they said. Like there's a direct link to comment on their YouTube and their Facebook.
Oh my God!
Send them email. They have an email for Smashmouth on the go.
Like a Google review or something? Or how did you find it?
I don't even. Did you remember where we found this?
No.
Yeah. I think I was just looking up like Steve Harwell is an asshole or something, and this is one of the things that came up. Oh, wow. Good God.
That was interesting.
That is the most fun I have had all day. Oh God, I want to print that up and keep it like next to my bed. If I wake up and grumpy, I'll just read that. And
that's just like if you're ever feeling in a really bad mood, just.
So if you go to Cobblestone, bring some eggs. Bring some eggs to Cobblestone.
Let's make him eat those eggs, Buffalo, New York.
Yeah. Bring signs. Show up to Cobblestone. We'll make it happen.
Oh man, between the eggs and I think he has a problem with food in general.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think that was a real story though? I don't know.
The egg one?
Probably
no way.
not.
But
well, and then also like if we were mad at him for declining, I was like, did they ask anyone else? And are other people doing this for charity? Eating 24 eggs? That's a tough one.
I wonder if other people have made. Oh, we'll have to for the next episode. We're going to go into fact finders, and we're really going to look up this.
Yeah.
I want it to be real, but it's probably not real.
Yeah.
But together we can talk to Steve Harwell and we'll find out.
Yeah.
So usually we play a song here, but we have only one previous show to talk about. Oh, wait, I have two now. I went to another show.
Beautiful.
High five.
All right.
Woo.
What are your shows?
Okay, on February 29th, Jay Aquarius, Bubblegum, and Four Below, which featured our previous guest, Genesis, they were at Milky's, and it was fantastic.
Nice.
They probably got 70 to 75 people in there at $10 a pop. Jay did his little dance party show, which was great. Bubblegum is a brand new R&B singer who she does a lot of covers of some of the like older Motown stuff, and she has a great voice. I had never even heard of her before. I think she's really dynamic, and I think she's a force to be reckoned with. I was hoping to get one of her songs for the episode, but I wasn't able to do that. And then Four Below, if you haven't heard them, they have like a Boys to Men vibe, like four guys like doing harmonies together. And I've only seen them go a cappella. This time they had a couple horn players and a drummer and a bass player, and like it was really cool. Like if you're into that, like I don't think we see enough of that music around Buffalo, certainly.
Definitely not.
So if you get a chance to see Four Below, like go do that. And then on March, what was Tuesday? That's the 5th? 5th? 3rd. March 3rd. Tuesday, March 3rd. At the stage, we had our first rock show there. The actual stage we were going to play on in the front flooded, so we made a new stage. So there's now a front stage, a back stage, and a middle stage. So we performed at the middle stage.
Oh, okay.
And Leaning the Uprising, we played with new guitarist Vincent, formerly of Vincent Lima, formerly of the Scarecrow Show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was awesome. And Poindexter played Scarecrow Show, and who they've brought back their original guitarist Ray, since Vincent isn't in that band anymore. Dreadnecks, This, and Scathed, and it was good. And it was about 35, 40 people on a Tuesday night for a local show at a venue that hasn't actually had its grand opening yet. So I'm pretty thrilled, and it was great. And oh my God, Dreadnecks! See Dreadnecks. Everyone needs to see Dreadnecks.
Yeah,
they are just like, I just want to hang out with them all day. They seem like they're so much fun.
We got to take a picture of your shirt for the internet because it's a Dreadneck shirt and it's really cool.
Yeah, they have great artwork.
It's trippy.
And just like like it's metal guitars with like swamp rock, and there's a little bit of a Gogol Bordello in there, and it's just it's very very theatric. And so if you haven't had a chance to see them, you do it. April 24th, they are playing at Milky's for an infringement fundraiser that we're having. So if you can get there, go and see them. And have you been in shows? Any shows, Kevin?
No, I've been too busy practicing for the shows I have coming up. I feel like it's a trade-off, right? It's like, I get ready for shows or I go to shows.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
What about you, Chelsea? Anything good lately?
I saw Sons of Luther and Tina Panic the other night.
I love Sons of Luther.
Sons of Luther were great, and Tina Pack Noise is really great.
Oh, yeah.
So that was fun. And I unfortunately didn't get to catch the last band, but I think they were called Night Goat, I want to say. I think they were from Ohio.
They were a touring band from Akron.
Yeah, so unfortunately I missed them, but it seemed like a really fun show. So.
Yeah, no, Tina Panic Noise is cool, and I was in a Sugar City band with this Ren who sings in Sons of Luther, and cool. I really like the energy they bring. I think they're a really fun time. I've been trying to get them on something. I haven't yet, but knock on desk. All right. So, next we're going to talk to Chelsea about all things Stress Dolls and Stress Dolls related, but first, we have a brand new song from TOOTH. They just released a new EP, I think it was just a couple days ago, and this is the 4th track off it. It is called Never Part, here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on allwny.com. We are back. That was Never Part by TOOTH, which is all caps, by the way, here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on allwny.com. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, Ryan.
Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, thanks for meeting me. What? Nice to meet you, too.
You are welcome.
Oh, my God.
We started on a good foot. I like this. So I know before Stress Dolls, you were in a band called Wolf, right? Mm-hmm. So how long have you been making music locally?
Let's see. I guess it mostly started once I came back home from college. I went to college at Fredonia. And so that was, 2013? So it's been, now, like...
7 years?
7 years? Yeah, well, more like 6.5 or something, but
sure.
You know.
So, now, what was Wolf like compared to Stress Dolls?
Well, Wolf was more just the first moniker I guess I chose to play under. Wolves were always my favorite animal growing up. So I just figured I wanted a name that wasn't my own name. Not that I don't like my name, I just didn't want to perform under it for whatever reason. Yeah. And I guess I was feeling like if I had a moniker name, I could then have a band and it could just fit under that name as well. So it was like, okay, Wolf works. And honestly, I mean, the songs that I played during my time as Wolf or with Wolf, I mean, I still play those songs now. So it's just kind of was like the first
iteration.
Exactly. Yeah. But it didn't end up working out with the Wolf name just because there's so many bands with Wolf in the name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it got really confusing for people because there was, locally at least, there was that band Wolf Tickets. And every time people saw that band advertised, they thought it was tickets to the Wolf show. Not every time. Obviously, there were people who were in the know who were like, that's
Wolf
the band.
tickets?
Yeah. Right, but we had a bunch of people ask, like, we saw that show that you're playing, that there are tickets. It's like, no, that's a band. That's another artist.
That is super confusing.
Yeah, so it just kind of got to the point where it seemed like a good idea to change the name, and so then that's why Stress Dolls happened.
Does Stress Dolls have any particular meaning?
I don't really know why I thought of it. Maybe because I have problems with getting stressed out. But it just seemed like it was, I don't know, it seemed like the one name that at the time it was a band, and we all could settle on that name because we were, throwing tons of names out. And at the time we were actually recording the EP, and so we really needed to choose something because we had all these plans for the future. And anyways, so that was the one everybody agreed on. I still like the name, even though now I'm playing under it solo.
Have you ever considered just Stress Doll?
I did, but then, I don't know, I was kind of...
That's kind of weird, actually.
Right. Well, that was sort of the opinion. It was like, it's sort of weird, and then also, though, this leaves the door open where it's like, hey, if I have other people playing with me, if I don't, I don't know. It's just sort of like...
It's nice to have that option.
Right, exactly. So...
Did you ever consider starting a band called Wolf Tickets?
Oh, I love that.
Just one up them?
Yeah.
I did not.
We'll show them. We're actually really good, by the way, Wolf Tickets. They got this clashy kind of sound.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. So, when did you last kind of have a full band for what you were doing?
I guess it was back in beginning of 2017 was our final show. And since then, I've played with other people on and off, maybe here and there. But I guess I've just found it easier to play alone for now, just because... I don't know. It's like, I love when a band works, it's great.
Oh, yeah.
And I really, and the guys that I used to play with, I mean, for the most part, we are all on very good terms, and, I love those guys. But I think it's just that at the end of the day, I kind of, at this juncture, needed more flexibility as far as, I guess we're probably going to get into it at some point.
Yeah.
I have chronic illness issues. And so it kind of was like, well, what if I need to cancel last minute? Or what if I'm not reliable? What if I can't practice as often as we need to practice? It's like, if I don't have to worry about putting that on other people, it's just a little easier.
Oh, no, I've been there where it's like, I'm like, if I'm sick too many times, are they going to kick me out?
Yeah.
And like, that can be...
And it's stressful.
Yeah, you have to find the right group of people there who gets it. Or just people who normally screw up and cancel a lot that you can just slide in with. I find that works really conveniently. So yeah, you have, can I just generally say you have digestive issues?
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
So, how much does that feed into your songwriting?
A lot.
No, I'll be really honest, because like I heard your songs and I think they're great, and then the first time I talked to you, you mentioned that, and then I listened to the songs again, and I'm like, oh shit! Like all of a sudden, like it painted like when you listen to Nashville and you talk about the hospital or Curves and Edges, I have the feeling that's about having eating problems too. Dude, that's awesome. Like you can't. It's hard to put something like that into words like that where you're not like hitting someone over the head with it, where you can actually use kind of imagery without it being like, I'm sick, like,
well, thank you.
Kind of subtle. Like before I knew you were sick, I didn't know it was about that.
I'm actually glad to hear that in a way, just because I think when I started writing first about all that stuff, it's been a while that I've been dealing with this stuff, but it's been recent that I've been comfortable enough to sort of be more open about it with people.
Sure.
Just because, I guess, of the nature of the issues, but also, like, just not wanting to feel like you're at a disadvantage, and just wanting to be a normal, quote-unquote, person going about your life, doing your thing, not wanting to feel like you're held back. But it just started to reach a certain point where I really couldn't deny anymore that I was dealing with something that was more serious than I think I was even letting on to myself. And so I guess I felt like within the songwriting, it was more of a safe way for me to vent about it rather than talking about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I guess that's why it started to come out. But yeah, Curves and Edges definitely has that that vibe in it for sure. But songs also take off. They become their own thing too.
Oh, absolutely.
And they become about a bunch of different stuff sometimes, rather than just the one thing you intend on writing about.
Oh, absolutely. No, we're doing a show. Kevin's doing a show tomorrow. Yes. A guy named James Kibbe, who's actually a Christian singer-songwriter. And before I knew that, I would listen to his songs, and I had almost assigned my own little Ryan Buddhist meaning to it. And then you find out it's about something kind of on the opposite side, and it's like this is how it's known. It's written well because it's not. It can be more than just about one thing. Right. I think that's really fantastic songwriting. Yeah,
that's what's beautiful about it is the listener can derive whatever they want from it, and it can become so personal to you about what you're going through. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. That's like some of my favorite songwriting ever. Is when you can it's like. I don't know. You don't really know what they were going through, but you feel like you're sharing some mutual experience because it's like, I've felt this way in my own life, my own ways.
Cool. That's awesome. Switching gears a little bit.
Sure.
I find that singer-songwriters often get thrust into wackier positions sometimes in full bands between house shows and the little things that coffee shops will have you do, or what's the weirdest? Kevin, you too. You've been playing some solo stuff for a while now.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest solo gig you guys have had?
Oh man, jeez.
Anything stick out to either of you?
Well, it's funny you mentioned a house show, and so I actually do have one. I think I've only played one house show here, and I got asked. I played an open mic at Daily Planet. They had a 7 to 9 open mic, and so I played there, and some guy asked me to come play. I was like, sure, why not? I just moved back here in 2017. I didn't really have a band yet, other than playing with my buddy Dean. And so I go to this house, and it was on the 3rd floor, and it was the one window that was showing was a just dark red light coming from it, and I was like, and I didn't know any of these people here. I only met the guy one time at Daily Planet. That was it. And so I go up to their little attic where they had the whole space set up, and there was nobody there yet, and they had made this homemade hard cider, which again, I don't know anybody here, so I'm just all right, I guess I'll just roll with this. So then I start drinking the cider, and then they have weird electronic music.
How was the cider?
Weird. It was good. It was good.
Checking.
They had weird electronic music on it, and then fog machines just started coming on, and I'm like, I was like, I'm gonna die in this house. I just started panicking for whatever reason. I was like, I don't know anybody here. There's fog machines. There's this music. I was like, what is this show? How am I gonna play? And I got to tell you, it ended up being one of the most fun shows I ever played, because eventually I got to know everyone. Everyone was very chill, and then I played, and they liked my song, so it actually worked out. But
nice.
Sometimes when you come in, it's just an ominous setting.
Especially house shows. That can be.
Yeah.
That can be.
You're just I don't know these people. I have no idea how this is gonna go. Usually I'm used to going to a venue where you're I have some idea of what it's gonna look like.
Oh, just wait until you go on tour. You haven't seen anything yet.
Oh my god.
Chelsea, how about you? Do you have any?
I've probably had weirder than this, but one that's sticking out right now is that I played at this one coffee shop, not in Buffalo, it was elsewhere, but I had been there once before, and I had a pretty good experience, so I figured I'd go back. And when I got there, it was warm out, so this wasn't totally awful, but they were like, well, we're going to have you play outside on the back porch. So I went outside on the back porch, and there was literally one person out there, and he was trying to do work. And the entire time, you could just tell this guy was so annoyed that I was out there singing this song. And I had driven an hour and a half to get to this show, and I was like, what am I doing here? So I guess that was just sort of a awkward one, but
Did you get paid for that show?
No.
Oh, of course not.
It was a tip jar.
He didn't tip you anything, did he?
No. Well, I always, the coffee shop things can be so hit or miss, because I feel like sometimes you really do feel like you're imposing on people, and it's very uncomfortable. And other times, though, I feel like Daily Planet is a place where I go, and every time I feel like people are engaged and are actually enjoying it, or even if they are doing work, they don't seem to be bothered by the music. But just sometimes you get into those scenarios, and it does feel very strange.
Mine was it was February 2nd, and this was like 99, 98. I was supposed to play a VFW hall in Eden, which is part of like Winterfest. And we get there, and I go in the VFW hall, and it's all of these old women just playing bingo. And I'm like, well, this isn't where we're playing. So I'm like, where are we supposed to play? And they go, oh, you're over there. And I'm like, that's outside. It was like 12 degrees, like 14 degrees, and they're like, yeah, no, we're going to put a tarp around it. It's okay. It was 2 stages, like on an awning outside with a tarp wrapped around it. Both stages were running off of one power strip. So as soon as one band was done playing, you had to like unplug all their stuff really fast and then plug your stuff in really fast. And at one point, someone was dancing and kicked the power strip and just like cut all the power out for the whole thing. And
okay.
But you know what? It was a fucking great show. Like, I still remember having so much fun there. But like it's like 12. Like, what?
Yeah. See, sometimes the worst shows become fun because they're so ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Like, well, this couldn't get any worse. So I might as well
absolutely. I love the outlandish stuff.
Yeah.
So, Chelsea, you did was it a Nirvana cover band recently?
I was actually just thinking of that show because I was thinking of really fun shows, and that one definitely came to mind. Yeah.
Are you going to be doing anything like that again? I would love to, because I was upset that I missed it.
Well, I'm doing a cover set again.
Ooh.
But it's not with a band. It's just myself, but I'm covering Hole's Live Through This.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's May
That's a fantastic
15th.
album. Where's this?
At Mohawk Place. And also on the bill are Something Rhymes with Pavement, a Pavement cover band.
I like that.
And then I believe there's a Green Day cover band. Their name is something to do with Dookie. And then there is a Weezer cover band. So, yeah, it'll be an interesting night.
If they would have splurged, they could have gotten Geezer, which is the Green Day and Weezer cover band. That exists. One of the first episodes of the podcast, I made it up as a fake old man Weezer band, cover band, and then like 2 weeks later I found out it was an actual Buffalo band.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
That's such a good album. Like, I'm not a big Hole fan, but that album in particular is just...
Agreed.
Like,
that's
so
the one
good.
that, I don't know, kind of turned me around on Hole, because I didn't know, I guess, much about them outside of, I loved Nirvana when I was growing up, and all you ever hear about Courtney is that...
Oh, yeah.
All the negative stuff. But I listened to that album, I think for the first time I was probably like 19 or something, and I just loved it. And so I'm really excited to get to be able to have that opportunity to, cover it. Yeah.
I hope I'll be there.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So we're gonna play Nashville next. Any interesting story of Nashville that you have, or?
There's a lot of interesting. Nashville. Let's see. Well, first of all, I love Nashville, Tennessee. I really enjoyed my time there, albeit it was very brief in the grand scheme of things. I was only there for about like 6 months. But I guess we were already kind of touching on this before. Mostly the song is about a crazy experience I had where I was in Nashville and I just got super sick. And so I actually came back to Buffalo it was right around this time of year, like 2 years ago now, and I was just supposed to come back for a week. I was just supposed to come back, see my family, and I was just not doing well, and my mom was very insistent that I go to the doctor, and they were like, yeah, you gotta check into the hospital, like, we gotta do this procedure on you and whatever. And so I won't get into the nitty gritty, but just it ended up being this crazy thing where I was in the hospital for like 3 weeks, and it was not supposed to be that long, and it was just like this crazy experience. And then I got out of there, and I really wanted to go back to Nashville, and it just started to become more and more obvious that it was like, it's not gonna happen. I just like was not well enough. I just wasn't going to be strong enough for a very long time, and then it's like the end of the thing where it's like, well, all your specialists are now here. Everyone's kind of here. Exactly. So, and I know that you know what that's like too.
Oh, yeah. It's a ball.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. So anyway, so that's the story behind the song or whatever. But the song itself actually is kind of cheery sounding, and really, like, when I ended up actually recording it was with my really good friend Jay Milton. He's from the band The Demos, and he's super talented out of Rochester, New York, and so I really feel like he kind of helped me to really bring this song to life and make it what I envisioned being more fun sounding interesting than the actual story it's based on.
The Eels always had a really good way of making depressing songs that sounded just wonderfully happy all the time, and I always liked that about them. So here is Nashville by Stress Dolls on Behind the Music here on allwny.com. All right, we are back on the Struggles Real Buffalo Music Podcast on LWNY with Chelsea, a.k.a. Stress Dolls, and that was Nashville, also by her. So we're going to play a game. We're going to see how well you know your dolls.
Oh, my.
So this is a multiple-choice quiz. If you get half of them right, you win.
Oh, God.
I'm going to name you a fact, and you have to tell me if it's about the Goo Goo Dolls, the Dresden Dolls, or the Chucky doll from the Child's Play movies.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go.
The original name was the Sex Maggots.
Goo Goo Dolls.
That is correct. Original name was Good Guy Doll.
Chucky?
Correct. Original name was Out of Arms.
Dresden Dolls?
Correct. I don't know how you got that last one. Name was inspired by an interactive doll from the 1980s named Corky.
An interactive doll named Corky?
It sounds wrong, doesn't it?
It sounds very, yeah. The Chucky?
That is correct.
Okay.
Was a DJ at a gay bar.
Dresden Dolls?
That was Goo Goo Dolls, actually. That was Robbie Takak.
Oh, really?
I'm curious what bar it was. I mean, usually the answer is Club Marcella, but
we'll have to have him on to ask him.
Just to ask him that. Credits their Catholic background for the reason they stuck together for so long.
Goo Goo Dolls.
Correct. Was a stripper.
Dresden Dolls?
Correct. First release was November 9th, 1988.
Goo Goo Dolls.
That is the Chucky doll.
Chucky doll. Darn.
Like how I
That's
did that?
a great phrasing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Collaborated with Ben Folds.
Dressin' Dolls.
Correct. Was a member of the dance music collective Among Us.
Dressin' Dolls.
That is Goo Goo Dolls. That's Robbie.
Really?
I want to see Robbie dance.
No way.
If anything, that's what we need to do. Video podcast. We get Robbie on here to dance. We do it with Make-A-Wish.
There we go.
And we get him to dance, and maybe we eat a few eggs. All right, and finally, they met at a Halloween party.
Dresden Dolls.
That is correct. That is 8 out of 11.
Damn.
What do we have? I have a Weezer T-shirt.
I'll take it.
I think you like Weezer.
Yeah,
I have a feeling.
like Weezer. Yes, thank you.
It was in my closet. It doesn't
even
fit.
my size.
I assumed,
All
which
right.
I hate to do, but
well, I
got to find someone who likes Weezer, and then I'm like, Chelsea's coming tonight, so
thank you.
Yeah,
maybe I'll wear it to the whole cover show,
there
the 90s album night. Yeah, perfect,
excellent. So yeah. Thanks for taking the stuff I didn't want, and look, trade it right.
Well, it was a clever quiz. Thanks for testing my knowledge. Actually, did you read the book The Art of Asking by Amanda Palmer?
No, I've not.
It's a really good book, and so I feel like I was able to answer some of those Dresden Doll questions because of that book. Clever quiz, Ryan.
Awesome, thanks. Mm-hmm. All right, well, thanks. You can hang out the rest of the episode if you want. We don't have too much left.
Okay, yeah,
cool.
Sure, I'll chill.
Awesome. Well, next up, we're going to play a track by Koko Neetz. Koko is... is that like a band name or is it like a stage name? So can I call him just Koko for short, or do I have to use the full name?
I think we can call him Koko.
I'm calling him Koko.
Yeah, we'll get that
Koko
started.
was a member of Dream Beaches, who, if you haven't heard Dream Beaches, they're so good. Like, go check them out. I think they play like one show a year now, because I know their singers. Like, one time I talked to him, he's like, yeah, I'm just going to go out and explore the wilderness for like 3 months. I'm like, yeah, you be you.
Can't argue with that.
So this is one of the other members. It's a really cool indie project. The song we have is called Molecules, and here is some Koko Neetz here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on allwny.com.
In minutes my mind must be made up. No sure thing can mean too much apart from you and hot spring pools. We're quiet, crying magic myths and cosmic clues. No destiny can be this true apart from you. And spiceful, we're quiet, prophets, prose, and fabled fruits. No fantasy can be the proof, except flying birds of you. We're quiet,
And we're back here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast. That was Koko Neetz with Molecules. Let's talk about upcoming shows. We need drops for these.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here, give me something.
Here we go.
Was that the one you were wanted?
Yeah.
All right, I'm cool with that. On March 27th, Buffalo Infringement Festival is having a big fundraiser at Mohawk Place. We're going to have 2 stages of music. We're going to have Makeout Tactics. We are going to have Kevin's Band, Real Movement, Type Relevant, The Scarecrow Show, and then on the front stage, we're going to have Jen DeSantis, Anxious Kids Make Good People, Ghostwater, and Andrew Biggie. For all those 8 bands, it is just $5.
Not to put a gun to your head, but we hope to see you there.
Yeah, that'll be a really good show. I like that lineup is awesome, top to bottom. And then the following night at Milky's on March 28th, I'm doing a singer-songwriter showcase. We have Carmen and Lizzie and Ian McCune and Astria Beaming, I think that's how you say it. Erica Wolfling, Christina Stock, and Megan Adele Johnson. So if you haven't heard any of them, they're all really cool. Astria Beaming doesn't play shows too often. Her name's Catherine Nashville. She is a local cellist and singer. She does some original stuff. She does some like Tory covers and stuff. I love what she does, and she needs to do it more. So I was happy to get her on that. And for those of you who might not have heard of Megan Adele Johnson, she is a singer-songwriter from Manchester.
Yeah, I actually heard her. She was at a Daily Planet open mic one time, and I heard her perform. She has a great voice, and then I follow her on Instagram. So she is a very cool vibe. Yeah, very unique. There's not like a lot quite like it. And then you had a show you wanted to talk about at Ichi's. Yeah, Tortoise Forest, who I love. I just saw them at Nietzsche's.
Tell me about Tortoise Forest. I hear they're good and the kids like them. Yeah. But like I haven't really heard a very succinct description of what it is they actually do.
I would start by saying they're a progressive rock band, prog rock, but they can be very hard to define, and that's what defines them. Is that it almost reminds me of Frank Zappa in a way, where they are just such technically proficient musicians that they can go in any direction they want on like a split of a moment. Like they could be I don't know, they're jamming out on some like almost like hair metal kind of stuff for like 40 seconds, and then it just switches to something like super spacey, and now they're just jazzy, and Max Davis clicks on his pedals, and all of a sudden we're in a whole nother world. A lot of crazy time signatures, if you're a fan of weird time signatures,
and who isn't,
and crazy scales and solos, and just people being really good at their instruments.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and make that on Thursday, March 19th.
And as weird as I'm making it, it's very danceable music. I saw them at Nietzsche's not that long ago, and we were all just like going crazy dancing and jumping around. So they're a lot of high energy band. They're playing with Acid Cats, who they're from Akron, Ohio. They're a original acidic jazz rock. Acidic.
Any idea what that means?
I guess it's acid rock.
I mean, there is acid jazz, but I don't know what like original.
Well, the opposite of acidic would be basic.
They're like,
right?
It's like none of this new school acid jazz. Like we're like,
yeah.
I don't know if that sounds exciting to me.
Or maybe they just take acid.
Yeah, I'd prefer that, I think.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I might go out and see Tortoise Forest. I think that's pretty awesome.
All right.
And I was going to announce another show with the band same. Oh yeah, now I remember. On I have a flyer right by. Hold on. Say something interesting while I'm gone.
Something interesting.
You are tuned in to Struggles Real Buffalo Music Scene Podcast.
Yeah, there we go. Good job, guys.
And we are back.
On March 20th, we are having a dance and ska party at Milky's on Elmwood. We have friends of the podcast, Hooked on Cassiophonics, Bloodthirsty Vegans, and then ska bands Reggie Childs and The Same Sun. It's on the 20th. It's $5. All regular Milky stuff, 9 o'clock. Come and see that. I was actually really happy with that show. I like having a nice. I think it'll be a party-like atmosphere and
ska. Yeah, who's mad at who can be mad at a ska show?
Someone will figure it out. It's Buffalo.
Come and find out.
There'll be at least one hardcore guy. And
Come and be mad at the show.
So go check that out. And Chelsea, do you have any shows coming up after like March? What's the episode comes out 15th-ish? Like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, actually.
Oh, pray tell.
Let's see. I have a few in April. First one's April 3rd. That's at People Art. Are you guys familiar with People Art? It's actually It's in the basement of a church on Delaware Avenue, which is sort of random, but it didn't start there.
That sounds very Buffalo, actually.
It is. But it's been going on now for, I want to say, over 30 years. The man who runs its name is Bob Stalder. He's been a fixture in the local music scene for a very long time.
I think I know who you're talking about. I met him a couple times during Infringement Festival.
Yeah, he's just one of the coolest people and one of, like, the most, I don't know, pure hearts, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, he just really loves this music scene unconditionally, and he will, once he's like hooked into you and he knows who you are, like he will make it to every show that he can. So he's the one who runs it, so it'll be fun. I'm playing with Tom Stahl, who I've played with a few times, and I love playing with
Buffalo
Tom.
Music Hall of Famer Tom Stahl.
Yes, yeah, he's really great. I love Tom. And then my dad actually might join me for a few songs that night too.
What does he play?
My dad plays guitar and he sings and he writes. So apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I guess. So that'll be fun. And then I think April 10th I'm going to be in Rochester, so that won't be totally local. But then the 17th I have another show here, and that is at Mohawk Place. That's right, with Sido, and we're playing Happy Hour.
Oh, Sydney Flanagan.
Yes.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood movie star Sydney Flanagan.
Yes, I know. That's really awesome for her. How exciting!
I can't. We had her on the podcast like right before she started like going to all that stuff, and like I want to talk to her after that one to see what it was. Yeah,
see what it was like. Yeah, I'm sure it was pretty awesome. So I really want to see the movie. I'm curious.
The premiere is March 18th at North Park Theater, which if we actually get this out on time, people will know about.
Yeah, hurry up.
Yes, I think there's free tickets too. Maybe
there are. I think it's first come, first serve.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, then, anyone who's listening to this is way too late.
Because I just saw her post about it today, which is March 6.
I think I've had my tickets for about a week, so
yeah.
Sorry, folks, but I will tell you how awesome the movie was on the next episode.
There we go.
Excellent. So here is Still Breathing by the same son who is playing at Milky's on March 20th with a bunch of other ska bands. And, here on the Struggle is Real Buffalo Music Podcast on allwny.com.
I've got a face to world. Near death experience that makes me realize that I have more to live for.
And we're back. That was Still Breathing by Same Sun on the Struggles Real Buffalo Music Podcast. That's all we have for episode 52. Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
I said bye.
Bye.
Hi, Chelsea. Thanks for coming.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Stay tuned for our next episode, which will be on April 1st. I don't know who we're going to have yet. I've been talking with Grant from Dreadneck, so I'm hoping he'll come in. But we'll see. You can check out facebook.com/Struggling Productions for all the fun events we have going on. You come to the stage on Tuesdays and check out all the local music. And we got to work on a new outro. Kind of just been flying by the seat of my pants. Am I missing anything?
No.
Okay.
No, you're not missing anything. We said it all.
We did. It's all been done. All right, folks. Thanks for listening. And just be nice to each other. It's hard out there. And keep on struggling.